Test, 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 test. Test. Back to modeling GUI remote. Mhm. Up. Um, and we kind of need to fix this topology here. Uh, wait, first we need to shift this a bit. Actually, let's mirror this. And we don't want to destroy too much of the curvature that we have because, yeah, that would suck because then everything would be for nothing, right? So the tough thing here now is fixing the topo, but also trying to like preserve the curvature. We could have probably approached this differently all in all, but it's fine. Like we could go back and actually cut this out like properly with the applied bevel topology here so that we, have the correct flow. I mean, we could go back and do that, maybe. I'm not sure if I want to do that, to be honest. Uh, Let me see if I have what I have in my save. Okay, I do have this here. Yeah, I mean, we could. Let's just take this and put it into the main out thing here. So we could definitely go back and redo this properly. We just apply everything. Uh, we could get this Boolean object here, right? Just try this. Not sure why I did it. Why I didn't it like this in the first place. Kind of all we need is those lines. We don't even need like a proper Boolean or anything. Like it doesn't matter as long as we have the topology because we can just delete that mesh. But you just need that shape here. That's all we need. I think we can set this to a hole tolerant, yeah. Ah, yeah, right. I know what I did wrong here. So actually, I think it's fine to. So if we boolean it like this, we get this line, which is great. That's what we want. So let's save this actually again, just to be extra safe. And let's apply this boolean here. Yeah. And now we basically we just select like the line we made, right? Yeah, just that. I do basically a pathfinding select by just, well, selecting an edge and then holding control, and then it sort of searches for the shortest path. And then I just, what I usually do is I just mark this by seam, and then it doesn't work. Great. Probably didn't select. Yeah, okay. I feel like sometimes it just skips edges. Give me a second, just make sure that, you know, when you're trying to make like a seam selection, that you have it like closed off. For some reason it isn't here. Yeah, okay, now. And now we can separate this. And now we have the proper shape. So this is definitely a better way than we did it before. Sure, I didn't do it like this. Also make sure to, yeah, merge by distance, just so we don't have any doubles. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna call this remote, and I'm gonna call this like a flap or something, I don't know. And then we have to move this into the safe because we're not going to use this. And also we can move the boolean into the safe because we won't need it anymore. And now we have a perfect sort of aligned flap. Forget what I did before. I'm not sure why I didn't do it like this. I kind of forgot that I want to keep the exact like rounding here, so this is definitely the right way to do this. And I think the boolean creates custom novels, so let's clear those. Great. Let's do some cleaning up here. Actually, make sure that you aren't like erasing any important vertices. This one, for example, isn't important. These ones are very important here. We need these for the rounding. Not sure if we can just do it like this. Nah, can't. Yeah, these are important. Yeah, let's mirror this actually. The topology, it's fine. You know, this will be triangulated anyways, so we're not gonna, you know, we're not gonna try to make everything quads here. It's really not important. But yeah, this looks great. So let's render it and let's just see. The seam is perfect. Yeah, we don't, because this is important, right? We want perfect reflections, and even though this is like edge split sort of, we get perfect reflections. Yeah, that's great. So let's apply the mirror. Remove all those modifiers, we don't need them. And now we need to inner extrude it. Let's clear the sharp as well. We need to inner extrude it because we need some, like, we need a gap. But first let's put this in the safe again. And now we just make a slight inner extrude, maybe like so. And then we do a inverse selection with Control I, and then we just delete this, and now we have a seam. And the flap, like, is perfectly aligned. So yeah, we have done this now. I'm not sure if the line, yeah, I think this is thick enough, or not too thick. Looks great. What were these booleans for? You definitely always name your booleans. Okay, so this is that one, and oh, this was for the battery. Yeah, okay, we don't need that anymore. We actually need a boolean in the back here. Whoops. Let's switch to my webcam here. Oh, no, okay. Okay, hole tolerance looks good. Alright, and I think last time I said that we will do the button next, so yeah, let's actually do that. I'm kind of irritated by this shape here, so maybe let's do that first. Alright, we have a boolean collection. So why is it... It's not doing it properly. For some reason. Oh, interesting. I think we just need to set this also to hole tolerant, right? Yeah. Okay. Son of the boolean collection again. Yeah, this looks good. This looks good. We are fine. Yeah, now we need to do the buttons, so we will just look at the real Wii remote. Yeah, we'll just do basic cube, I think, and we'll just pull that in there. I'm not sure how the hole looks behind the button. I haven't ripped apart my Wii remote, but we'll just eyeball it. So now we will need the... Oh, yeah, we already have the bottom reference here, so we can match this up like this. And it's slightly tapered, apparently. Yeah, probably. And I assume that we'll have to boot it like something like this, maybe. Okay, this is tricky. I'm just thinking if I should do this properly or if I can just use a cube. I think I can just use a cube. Let's just try it. Let's make a boolean. I think it's the B button. cube. And I kind of want to set it so that I don't have this hole, but is there a way to just cut into a mesh using another one without... is it just intersect? No, it's not. Intersect creates an... I mean, I kind of want that shape, right? So that's kind of what I want. So, okay. We're going to duplicate this. We're going to create a boolean. Call this B. And we're gonna use, we're gonna use intersect. We're gonna apply this. We're gonna delete all the other stuff. Now we have this. We don't have a flap here, so okay, let's make a boolean. All this B, and then we just this mesh here. Yeah. Okay, now we have, the correct inwards extrusion. It's clean. Let's set this to wire. Make it a bit deeper and put this into the Boolean collection. Great. Now we need the, now we need to make the button. But I think what we're gonna do first is we're actually gonna finish the Boolean hole before we make the button so that we get like the correct bevel and can match it up. So let's again put this into this. Let's put this into the safe. Then we apply the B Boolean. And now we all need to do is wait a sec. What's this? Yeah, no, this is fine. It's fine. Apply this good. Yeah. Oh no, it's because of this line here. So that's just yeah, that's tricky. Okay. I mean, we could, do it like this, but we lose a bit of the problem now. Actually, I don't think it's a big deal. So we should be able to select this tool here, and then it should automatically merge. Yeah. Okay, great. Now we select those again. Yeah, it's good. Fading, right? Yeah, so. And then we have this problem here. So we could either make this like an angon and just triangulate it, I think. Okay, what's this? Yeah, but this messes with the shading a lot. Yeah, this is not that great. This is not a good solution. I can try and like reduce the distance these edges have, so we could yeah, we will have to do this actually. Blender, come on, man. Like, why are you being so annoying? Just merge the edges, please, man. Yeah, sometimes I don't know. This it doesn't wanna work. Let's just clean this up here. Now we have like a loop um, around this hole here, which we always kind of need, just so we can have a proper bevel. And we still need to fix this, so we do have a curvature here, so we will need or might need quads. I'm not sure if this is this flat? Uh, not not fully flat. So this is kind of annoying, not gonna lie. I'm not sure if you actually see that in the shading though. Let's just use a matte cap. You see that? Yeah. Can't ignore this, unfortunately. Damn, I hate this stuff. These are the worst things. Like you need like a proper hole on a curved surface. But it's like a super micro curve. So this would be a lot easier if I would have added more topology in the beginning. And I even mentioned this. I said that, I like when I do a bevel or stuff like this, I try to keep it super high poly. Um, exactly for this reason, because booleans work a lot better if you have obviously a higher topology. So now we are kind of, well, we aren't screwed, but it's just very, very annoying to work with now. So what we could do is we could make edge here. Just add another loop here, maybe. Then do this. Definitely better, but it still doesn't fully work the way I wanted it. Wait, actually, let's remove this sharp edge. This could also kind of mess with everything. Yeah, this changes actually a lot. Um, I'm not sure why this is making such a problem, because this is one flat face, so we might have to just, yeah, okay, it's non-planar, which is the problem here. This is tricky, yeah, but I like doing this stuff. It's like solving a puzzle, kind of. You know, I could always go in, add way more topology, make everything quad based. This would probably be the easiest solution right now. Just like adding more, just adding more topology. I could also go back, go to the saved version, redo all the booleans, but I'm not sure if I want to do that, to be honest. That's just tedious. Let's see if we could. I'll go in, because the problem if I add a bevel here now, it's not really gonna work well with the coverage that we have, I think. Let's just check it with the reference. That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I think we can just go here and, you know, just add more topology. Makes it really ugly though. This would definitely help, I think. Yeah, let's just try it, because now we can, you know, we can start connecting at least every other polygon here. And then we can individually triangulate this. So let's see if this works better. No, it doesn't. Why though? Is this also not? No, this seems pretty planar to me. I love that I'm having less shading problems like this than any other method. It's just so great. But we definitely need to do this. Here, oh, some loops. I think we need to solve it like this. I don't like doing this, because it's just, you know, manually adding a ton of topology that we don't really need. Well, I guess we need it, but we still have these parts here. Which still cause shading issues, which I feel like they shouldn't though, isn't this? No, this is still non-planar, yeah. We need a lot more topology here, this is super annoying. Yeah, damn. Fair enough. Hmm? I'm also only doing one side because, yeah, obviously I'm gonna mirror it afterwards. Mm. I think we need to expand this loop here. I'm glad it's doing it properly. Yeah, this is. I've never, I've never seen that behavior. Do we have some duplicates here? No. Yeah, this is not annoying at all. I guess what we can do is you always need like a backup method if shit like this happens. It's so annoying. Like I understand the edge light is a different tool, but you know I can't bevel this and it's giving me exactly what I want. Why is there like no mode that lets the edge light behave like this? I just don't get it. Like I can just expand this like so and we're good. So yeah, I find that to be always to be very annoying. What we could do now is we always try to contain, like if we have unnecessary topology, which we still need for this rounding here, but we can stop it like using like a loop stopper or whatever you want to call it. So like let's actually go back here a bit. So we don't need the rounding to be correct here, right? We just have this sort of loop so that the bevel properly works, because if all these quads sort of go directly to these edges here, then the bevel, which we're gonna add, it will not work. We'll have a lot of unnecessary, like we'll have a lot of clipping and it's not gonna look great. But we don't need the topology here anymore, so we can just try and see if we can fix this without breaking the shading. I think this looks good because you know, not the problem with having n-gons is like immediately if you have a non-planar face, which basically means that it's not a flat face but it's like stretched like this. This is not planar. Once you have this on an n-gon, you're basically fucked, because an n-gon is a well, it's basically a polygon, or it's a polygon with more than 4 vertices, and the program always in the background, it will sort of triangulate. You will eventually have to triangulate it, and if you triangulated a non-planar face that's an n-gon, you will get shading issues, because it's, you know, it just connects the vertices with each other and you will have lots of tries and they will not flow well and you will have a very weird surface, if that makes sense. So in this case, this is not planar, this is an n-gon, and yeah, it's just, you know, it connects the vertices with edges in the most, I assume, efficient way. But we cannot use this is not usable. So a fix for this would be, either when you know you're doing something like this, you make your base object and you throw a ton of mesh at it. Like you'll have like way more topology. This is probably the easiest solution, and I probably should have done this. but I guess fixing this is a good demonstration of how to fix it now. But if you were to give this a ton of topo, you could just pull into it and you'd be pretty fine because your mesh is so dense that the boolean, well, it digs into the mesh, you pull into the mesh, and then it sort of starts connecting to the next, the next closest vertice. But since your mesh is so dense, and non-planar phase won't really be noticeable, right? Because this is a problem because it's such a large phase. But if the mesh would be a lot denser, all these non-planar phases that we would get from the non-planar n-gons that we'd get from the boolean wouldn't really be visible because they're so small. But in this case, the topology isn't dense, right? So this isn't high poly. So obviously we get large chunks of n-gons, and they're a problem. So let's just not make n-gons then. Let's fix that by trying to reduce the number of n-gons we have, and we can do this by loop stopping. You could also just merge these into triangles. Like you could, give me a second. You could just do this as well. I mean, this is probably most efficient way to do this. So we just merge all these to last. And now we get quads only, and we aren't really having any shading issues because these sections here are so small that you don't really see, the shading issues that they should have. So that's fine. And we can do this on both sides. So yeah, we're essentially doing the same like here, but we're just doing it a bit earlier and on like a smaller scale. That way we are avoiding a lot of issues. But I think actually this might be, is this planar? Yeah, I think this mesh, yeah. So what I always, like the way you can check planar meshes is either using the check data. I think, does it show planar nomenclature? I think this doesn't even actually show planar or non-planar polygons. Whatever, if you don't have an add-on that shows you that, all you can do is select the, you press on comma and select normal here. So we do basically positioning, scale, rotation. We do it all along the normal axis, and our normal axis points perfectly perpendicular away from this face. And so I scale it on the z-axis and I scale it to 0, and if nothing happens, it's a perfectly flat face. So in this case we can triangulate this and we shouldn't have any issues. Oh, not really. There's some stuff going on here, but I think we are good. Yeah. And now we just duplicate it. Well, duplicate, mirror it. It's very tricky, that I can say. You always have to find your way around how to fix these issues. Okay, we do see some issues here, so you could always, we could push this closer, but then we would break this loop here. We want this loop here to be like this. We just don't want to disturb the original curvature at all. So let's try and first of all, let's add more polygons here. I think we can make this denser, something like this. Actually, we might want to connect this. I'm wondering. No, actually, I think... No, we're not going to connect this. We're just going to delete the bottom part here then. So let's make a loop here. Just thinking, we are adding more topology, but we also want to. We don't only want to add like a flat loop. We're just gonna use it to add more detail to the curvature as well. Just gonna do this manually. I think the reason back then why I didn't add more polygons was because the weighting of the beveling wouldn't work with more topologies. I think we had some intersection issues. I think that was the problem. So yeah, I guess it's fine if we do this manually now. You know, as long as the result is good, we're fine. Like if you have a lot more time to spend on a model like this, you will plan it out before anyways. Like you'll try to think of the best way to, approach the mesh. In this case, I'm not, this is just like a fun project, so it's fine if we make some mistakes. It's good to learn from those. So okay, now we are able to connect this nicely and actually create somewhat of a quad topology. So now what we can do is start merging this stuff here. Just always check, is the curvature okay? Yeah, I think we're retaining most of the original curvature here. Let's maybe add some more polygons here as well. And connecting it so we have a bit of a flow here. Yeah, this is manual labor. I love it. And then we just connect these here. And the shading should be fine. All right. So just to sum it up, what we did is we pulled this. We noticed we didn't have enough topology, so it created a lot of n-gons that were non-manifold. So what we had to do is sort of reduce the size of our non-manifold planes, and restore like the proper looping here. So we basically added more topology, we created the loop here, and then we just connect, and reduce the poly count here so that we can have a quad topology around this. And this area is sort of the problem area, but we reduced it to such a small size that it won't be a shading issue at all. So that's kind of the trick. And now the bevel should hopefully still work. So let's just kind of clamp almost, and then around with the sizing. Yeah, we're seeing some issues here, but we'll fix those. Just have to observe what the bevel does here. Turn off the clear sharp. I think there might be some issues down here. What happened here? This is hard surface modeling, basically. I love it. Okay, let's separate this and let's take a look at the issue here. Ah, okay, it's just... Okay. That's fine. I'm just wondering why this isn't connected. Yeah, sometimes you just have to grab stuff manually. It doesn't really matter that much anyways, because we're gonna... There will be a button over this, so... It's fine. Okay, and I think the bevel is not working because... Check if this will fix it if we just take this and inner extrude it. Yes. If you're using mirror and you're in extruding, just turn off boundary and yeah, it will work. You don't, because the way I used to do it when I didn't know this trick is apply the mirror, do the inset, remove the other half again, and add the mirror again. So if you turn off boundary, you can use the inset with the mirror modifier. So now we have to fix this annoying issue here. Tricky. I think what we have to do here, what the obvious solution here is we have to re-establish, and something I could have thought of before. This is where you always think before you do shit like this. We need to re-establish the proper loop here. Which will be tricky, I'm thinking now. Yeah, okay, I know how to do this. So let's just delete the bottom here. Let's select this. And now inner extruded. And now we have this thing back. super sketchy solution, but yeah. And I think, does the edge slide work now? Yeah, okay. So no, yeah, not really. So if the edge sliding doesn't work, if you want to shift the bevel like this, there is a way to fix this. First, go into the settings and see if you have checked even. If even messes it up even more. The way to fix this is basically just bevel it. That's basically it. This way, we can extend bevel. Actually, is it working properly? I feel like it gets distorted. It's very tricky. Okay, we can turn. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Mm-hmm. Wow, this section was way harder than I thought. Well, not hard, but just tedious. We are still getting some shading issues, so maybe let's try and move these out a bit. Let's try to have a like straight edge flow here. Nothing that's too gross. Yeah. I think this looks pretty good. So now we have a working bevel. We added some topology. Actually, we can now go ahead and add more topology on these parts as well. Yeah. And now we just move them down a bit. Oh, that was way too much. Like this. Yeah. That looks good. This is kind of what it should look like. I think these areas could definitely be a lot cleaner still. But yeah, we'll roll with it. Looks great. Always go here and do another loop. We should have this section here as well, but I feel like this should be... Okay, no, it's not. This is not plain at all, so we'll have to fix this as well. the loop here. Just wondering, should this be like this? Like, why is it so... Why is this so weird? Weird way to describe it, but why is this like so bumpy? I don't remember ever doing it like this. So yeah, this looks like annoying manual work again. Okay, so let's move this down and just smooth it out, because this should definitely not... This shouldn't be so bumpy. Should be a lot smoother. I think this whole section here should be just flat, right? Yeah, so let's flatten this. Just manually adjust this, so... I feel like sometimes, oh well, not sometimes, but very often, the bevel and stuff like this in Blender just doesn't give very clean, consistent results. I'm not sure if I'm just doing something completely wrong, but yeah, this is better now. Yeah, this is fun. And now we can just triangulate this, and we're happy. Yep, this looks good. And now we need to make the button. So for the button, we can just do something like this. And let's delete these vertices here. I kind of just want to have the edges, so let's delete only faces. Please. Okay. Wondering, is there a way we can... Actually, maybe a better way to do this would be to... Wait, didn't we save? Actually, what I need is... I need this surface here. Did I delete this? Fuck. I'm pretty sure I thought I saved it. Didn't I put this in the save? Am I stupid? Am I crazy? I thought... I was pretty sure I put it into a save, because we do need... Yeah, do we still have the boolean maybe? Yes, we do. Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's just what I need. Always save your shapes, like you will save so much time. Oh, this into this collection. All right. Now that we still have this, the only downside now is, well, I wanted to save this shape, and apparently I deleted it instead of moving it to a collection. It was stupid. The reason why I want to save this is because I want to keep the proper beveling that we did. So that's a bummer. Now we need to kind of redo the beveling here. Just guess it, I guess. It's kind of sucks. Maybe this is not really proper, but yeah. What can you do? I could go back to like a backup file. Let's see if the spell it. No, this isn't right. Okay, then let's do it like this. Uh, we can wait. First of all, why is this supposed to be like this? Let me just double check the curvature here. I don't think this is supposed to be like this. There's like a weird bump here. Not sure why that happened. I like this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wanted to avoid this manual labor, but it's my fault for not making up the shape. Alright, and from this we can now do the button. Just connect this like this. I just hate seeing super large angles like these. Alright, let's hide everything. And let's see, let's look at the button. Another annoying shape. Yeah, we'll just have to adjust that manually, but I'm wondering, it would be a lot easier to make the rough button shape and then bevel it, but then we don't really get the exact same bevel that I want. So this is again very tricky. Just try it like this. Yeah. Do we have some custom normals in there? No. Oh, we don't have any Mark Sharp stuff here. Yeah. Yeah, we just have to manually adjust the curve here. It's fun. It's fine. Let's slide the edges around a bit so that we get some even spacing and that the curvature isn't like inconsistent in the topology, like in the poly count. I think we can roll with that, honestly. Yeah, so you could have done this and like the other way around. We could have probably did like a rough like the hole without this bevel here, and also do the button, and then bevel the button shape and this hole at the same time so that we get the exact same bevel. Or I guess you could remember just the values of the bevel. But since we aren't working like in a CAD software, we don't really have we can't really measure the bevel size properly afterwards, which is a bit annoying, but we're fine just doing this. So let's make a cut here. Let's look at the real button. It's pretty flat on the sides. We have to do this manually as well. Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay, and now we have a mirror, then a bevel modifier. Yeah, this looks good. This is totally fine. Let's just up the bevel. Just works, please. Do we have any weird edges that could mess it up? No. Let's just pray. Let's turn off clamp. Turn on hard normals. By scale. This is way too large. Okay, we're getting some issues here. Ah, okay, it's... Yeah, let's do this with the... Let's just do this with the... Wait, what's happened? Okay, some stuff happened here that I did not see. Ah, okay. That is tricky. This edge. It's not easy to do all this stuff and retain all these bevels. Yeah, this is fun. How big should this bevel be? I think actually pretty huge. It's like a very round surface. Yeah, we have to fix some stuff here for sure. Let's make an inset. Set the boundary off. I guess let's make a larger inset. uh, Yeah. That's fine. Add a mirror here. With the water bubble. Alright. Guess that looks good. We also need to make, yeah, we need to watch out for the beveling here. Very tricky. Can we add a subdivision surface here? Yes, we can, and it looks still decent. Yeah, nice. Alright, that was the button. This was a lot of work for just a simple button. So what did we do? We added an topology so we could do a proper boolean. We cleaned up the edges so that we don't have any weird shading issues. And we added in the button. Right. It looks pretty good. Don't think we have any shading problems that are like, at least not any that are super like obvious. So it's starting to look like a Wii remote. So we made the flap, like the battery cap or whatever you want to call it, and we made a button. And next time we will. Good question. I think we'll make the sensor, which is super easy. Then we'll make the plug, the back. And I think then we can actually start working on the details. We also want to do the inside of the Wii remote a bit at least. There is some linings here that we haven't done at all because the Wii remote isn't actually like super smooth like this. We have like this, yeah, this thing here that we'll have to model in. Yep. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you in the next stream.